A sergeant with the Bloomington Police Department is out of a job. This for sharing confidential police information with some acquaintances. That's according to public documents WGLT obtained from an internal investigation of the police department. WGLT's courts correspondent Edith Brady-Lunny now joins me in studio to talk about this. First of all, Edith, thanks for coming in again today.
Nice to be here.
Let's get to this. Ty Carlton is who we're talking about, a veteran Bloomington police officer. He's been on the force for 21 years. That was before he was fired on January 30th, that is. But in your story, you explained the reasons he was let go. But the story behind all of this, as best I can tell, it's complicated, right?
It's a very complicated story. It's complicated from a disciplinary standpoint within the department. And it's complicated from a personal standpoint as well for Carlton and his wife, Wendy. The department laid out 40 violations of city and departmental rules that he is accused of breaking. It all started about a year ago when 4 vials of fentanyl were reported missing from a doctor's office where Wendy Carlton, that's Ty Carlton's wife, was working as a nurse anesthetist with 2 people. And they were named Jadelyn and Cassandra Lacey.
Yeah, and according to your story, the Laceys were suspected of taking the drugs, and the Carltons were convinced of their innocence. So the officer, Carlton, worked behind the scenes to keep tabs on the investigation and then provided police reports on the couple. Do I have that right?
That's right. That's what the internal investigation turned up as evidence against Carlton. His actions didn't come to light until the Laceys were suspected of a second crime. And this one involved the theft of about $16,000 from their new employer, a company called Blue Wave. When police searched the Lacey's cell phones after they arrested in July, they found a large number of text messages that were exchanged between Carlton and the Laceys. They also found images of some of those police reports.
Oh, wow. So what did Carlton tell his supervisors after they started looking into all this?
Well, Carlton maintains that he did not consider the Laceys to be suspects in the drug case. During that time, he was sharing information with them. He told his fellow officers who were investigating him that he and his wife were just trying to shield the Laceys from some false allegations. There were statements of justification, and in the end, the BPD administration did not find those statements to be credible enough to keep him on the force.
Does that mean criminal charges could be in his future here?
Well, information that we just received today, that does not seem to be the case. McLean County State's Attorney Erica Reynolds said her office recused itself from a review for possible criminal charges, and she referred the case to the Illinois Appellate Prosecutor's Office. And that's a team of special prosecutors who assist state's attorneys in cases where there's a conflict of interest or additional resources might be needed on a case. So the appellate prosecutor's office and their special prosecutor, Tom Brown, told me this morning that he reviewed the case and he doesn't find sufficient evidence to file criminal charges in the case. But that being said, the Laceys do face criminal charges involving the theft of the money from their employer. So we haven't heard the end of this case because it's also possible that Carlton could challenge his firing through the police union or a civil court action. So I'm sure there'll be more to be said about this case.
Boy, it sounds like it. And when there is, we'll have you back in on Sound Ideas.
Very good. Be happy to do it.
Correspondent Edith Brady-Lunny is our courts reporter. Thank you so much, Edith.
Thank you.
You can get all the details on this story at WGLT.org.